Hey guys, welcome to the class policy. Art at Silver Lake, my expectations, the sketchbook, integrity, which my face is covering right now, cleanup, which is attached to the supplies, some samples of previous work, how I grade and grading, contact. Okay. Art at Silver Lake. There are full year and half year classes. So first of all, if you're not supposed to be in the class you're in right now, contact me in guidance and we'll figure this out. Now, if you want to take art every single year, you can. When you're a freshman, you're able to take the full year art class or the half year fundamentals of art class. And then once you've taken those, you can move your way through the full year classes. Digital photo and digital media open up when you're a sophomore, and next year they're letting ceramics in as well for sophomores, which is pretty awesome. And then when you're a junior is when usually you can take ceramics 2, if you've already taken ceramics 1, and then digital illustration, painting, and murals. Alright, if you guys have any questions, you know how to reach me. Expectations. This is more than please don't throw clay and clean your brushes. I want you to be responsible, respectful, positive, and present. Now for positive, I really wanted to say fearless because we all make mistakes and that's how we learn best, but it breaks my alliteration. Everything else about being caring and safe, that all kind of falls under these. You know, I want you guys to be able to put things away and be respectful of me and the supplies, everyone else, and I want you to be comfortable to take the kinds of risks that are going to allow you to be able to grow. You get better by doing, guys. You want to get better at drawing, you draw. And by being present, I want you to be engaged in the lesson and in class, but also come to class on time. Thank you. Okay, let's see. Sketchbooks. Everyone's going to get a sketchbook. We're going to make them, and they're going to stay in class. There will be a lot of form-ups. Academic integrity. This is going to be 3 slides long. Alright, you guys, it's your perspective and it's your artwork. It's your ideas and your concepts and your hard work. Now, written work in photography on all course assignments is going to be done individually. That means drawn and painted and created with clay and mud, okay? Unless otherwise noted as a group assignment. This includes, but is not limited to, photo assignments, homework, questions and problems, lab reports, essays, and term papers. These words, this came from a handbook, and that's why it kind of focuses on things that you're like, we don't do that in the art room. So it's unacceptable to hand in art or photos taken or created by another individual for any assignment. Academic integrity, slide 2. In addition, any artwork that makes use of or appropriates photographs, published images, and or other artist's work must make significant and substantial changes and or developments beyond pure duplication. The student's personal artist's vision should be clearly evident. Failure to do so is considered plagiarism. It's a word we don't want to be throwing around, guys. Please also note that no single art or artwork or photo can be handed in more than once during the course. Don't try to sneak something in Mrs. Close's class and then in mine too. Okay? Academic integrity. Part 3. So in general, it's acceptable to seek help and discuss assignments with your peers, but when you're ready to formulate your own response, you have to get it done on your own. So this is the difference between working together and copying. Copying from another source, such as another student's work or information found on the internet, without citing said source, is plagiarism. If you have any questions about if you're too close to this line of using reference and if it's far enough, your own work, just come ask me. So students caught plagiarizing will be dealt with as outlined in the student handbook under the section Academic Dishonesty. That means emails go to parents and write-ups go to assistant principals, okay guys? I take this very seriously. And believe me, if you send me photos, I can do a backwards image search. I've done them. If you want a grade, put your name on it. So this helps me, this helps you, this helps everybody. On your artwork, please include your full name, first and last, even for ceramics. Don't just put initials on the back of your work. You want to be able to have credit for it. We have initial twins out there. I thought maybe you'd like to hear some of mine. I am Rachel McGuire, but there's Rami Malik, Ryan Miranda, Ricky Martin, Reba McEntire, Reggie Miller, Romano Mussolini, who is a composer, Italian maybe? The art supplies. Studio art classes are going to make use of a wide variety of supplies. You can expect to be using watercolor, brushes, canvas boards, scratch board, acrylic, pastels, charcoal, glue, and a large assortment of stuff. Now, ceramics, you're going to have a ton of clay, glaze, hand tools, and assorted things. These supplies are provided by the school. Don't waste or throw away supplies. What you see is what we've got. So students are expected to treat the room and the supplies with respect. So don't break things and don't throw things. Thank you. Please and thank you. They're shared supplies, and this is a shared space. So things need to be returned to their correct places for the next class. Painting. Daily cleanup for painting. So at the end of class, supplies need to be returned to their, in working order, to their correct locations. So please give yourself enough time to clean up. Usually you can do it in 5 if you know where everything is, but start by giving yourself a good 7 minutes. Rushing to clean up when the bell rings is very stressful. You don't want that. Okay? So the brushes, we have nice brushes. They stay nice because I make everyone wash them. Alright? So brushes need to be cleaned thoroughly with water. They need to return tips up to their bins. You squeeze the bristles, right, as you're cleaning them, and you get the paint out and check it on your hand. And that metal bit's called a ferrule. In Zelda, that's what the world's called. You're going to clean right down to that metal ferrule. Now for drying racks, put your name on the back of your work. Don't put your art on top of anyone else's. And fill from the bottom. And honestly, you want a tip? Take a photo of where you put it. It's really helpful. Extra paint. If you have extra paint at the end of class, put it on the large paper mache hydro flask that Allie King made us. The more paint that doesn't go down the sinks, the better. Our sinks do flood, and they do leak. Wouldn't it be nice if we can get to December without them leaking? That'd be really nice. Term 2, I have a graham cracker that Caleb Dollop made us. Palettes. Please thoroughly clean them and return them to the bins. Here's a tip. If you want to save your paint for the next class, cover it with press and seal, put your name on it with masking tape, and put it in your area. Clean up for clay. Clay projects need to be stored in their designated areas. Tables and wheels need to be washed down at the end of class. Tools need to be rinsed off and returned to their bins. Glaze. Always check the test tile. Do not eat when you are glazing and wash your hands after you use them. Some of the glazes have soluble copper in them. Return the glaze to its correct home location. Return the glaze with its lid on securely. Clean the brush and return it tips up to the bin. Clean up Friday, so be prepared. This is a real thing, and I take it very seriously. So in addition to cleaning up after ourselves during the week, on Friday, our warm-up is grab a wet wipe and clean till it can clean no more. Why? The art room is inherently messy, but there's 2 parts. One is ceramic dust, is a very fine dust called silica. Long exposure to this is really bad, and it builds up in your lungs, and the best thing to do is stay on top of it and clean it up with a wet cloth weekly. Paint also builds up on the tables and the sinks. And grading. This is the trifecta of how I grade you. You will have project grades. They are graded on a set of criteria determined by the focus of the unit. The class effort grade, based on participation in discussions, appropriate classroom behavior, and effective use of class time. Sketchbook process and warm-up grade. So this is based on process work and daily drawing challenges, all right? I am big on process. It's important to note that while some students may have more innate ability than others, grading is based on effort that students put into their work, not innate ability. So in addition to effort, final project grading criteria will generally include the following: outcome, concept, craft, composition, timely completion of work, and your assessment and photo. I get to do the assessments on Google Forms now, so those are pretty awesome. Now, to kind of give you guys a break from all of the words, here's some pictures of things you might expect to do in the classroom with us. First one is colored pencil. This is from Sam. We do a lot of acrylic work. It's Christina's self-portrait. I'm covering Reese's acrylic, which is more with silhouettes. It's really beautiful. We do a lot of drawing. You'll see there's our table set up where we're drawing some blocks. We might be doing work that's more abstracted, but it's with acrylics. We'll be doing some real-life paintings. There's Angie's apple. Over there, the last one underneath my head, that's Michael's painting of, I think it's Shay. And that's painting peoples. Give you guys kind of more of a broader range than just colored pencils and acrylics. We have some digital work. We have people painting walls. We have people doing marker work. We have underneath my head is cut paper. We have some ceramics, texture work, pen and ink work, and pen and ink work with color. Beautiful work. So proud of them. Here we go. Contact. So if you need to get a hold of me, rmcguire at slrsd.org. And if anyone's like, what do those stand for? Silver Lake Regional School District. So it's not just the high school. We're all attached all the way, K-12. You need to contact me. You can get a hold of Ms. McGee at the middle school, and Ms. Close and Ms. Fredette. But wait, there is more. Absences. So if you're unable to join class, email me. So if you miss something, we can get it for you so you can make it up. Thanks, guys.